Minasan, konnichiwa. Nico here, formerly of the Road to Japan podcast and now just a channel on YouTube. I have news today. I guess you could say it's both good news and bad news. But news nonetheless. I think I'll start with the bad news. Because it'll make the good news that much better. The bad news is that this will be the last, well, anything that I do for the Road to Japan. It'll basically be the last video that I make. And I'm not gonna close down the channel or anything like that, but I won't be making any more content for the channel going forward. So this'll be the end. And I guess I won't beat around the bush. I will show you why. So let me just put that image up here. I'm gonna show you a letter, and I'm gonna read it out loud. So if English is not your first language and you have trouble reading English, then hopefully this will allow you to understand what I'm about to show you. So this is a screenshot that I sent around to close friends today, and I'm gonna read it out loud to you. Dear Nigo Kusanagi, it is my pleasure to inform you that we have an opening for a 2018 JET program assistant language teacher ALT position and would like to offer you this upgrade to the ALT shortlist. If you wish to accept this position on the shortlist, you will need to make an appointment with a licensed physician to get your certificate of health completed by June 4th. You will also need to apply for an IRS proof of residency certificate by submitting IRS form 8802 and apply for an FBI criminal background check through a channeler or through the FBI web portal. Please let us know as soon as possible by email or phone if you wish to accept. That's why I'm not gonna make any more videos going forward, because I did it. I worked so hard to get to where we are right now, with me sitting in front of you reading that letter, and that letter is the one I've worked so hard for. I put myself through a lot for that letter. I sacrificed a lot for that letter. And now I can be living proof that if you work hard enough, if you want something bad enough, you can make it happen. I'm not going to sit here and say that I had a real tough life or anything like that. I know and have known plenty of people that have had a much worse life experience than I. But I also know there are many that I've met along the way that think things like this are just going to fall into their lap. And I'm here to say that you are wrong. Because this is one of the hardest things I've ever done. If not the hardest. It was so funny. I received this email much earlier in the day. It's almost midnight here. So this email came several hours ago. And it was right after I had gotten to work for the day. And it's so funny because I couldn't even say to people that I had gotten in, that I got this letter. All I could do was show it to them, let them read it and figure it out for themselves, that it was happening, that I'm finally achieving my goal. And even as I was riding my bike home tonight, it was one of the few moments today that I had to myself where I didn't have to talk to anyone else or explain anything to someone. It was just me. And as I thought more about it, I thought I was going to have to fight back emotions. I mean, I was struggling as I was riding home, and now here sitting in front of you reading the letter out loud, I don't think it's still fully sunk in yet that I did it. There's no more waiting. There's no more wondering if I'm good enough. And even now with the email, I still don't necessarily think I'm good enough, because the JET program is something that not everyone gets into. And honestly, when they sent me the email just under a month ago saying that I was placed as an alternate, I thought that was going to be the best that I was going to achieve. I thought I wasn't going to basically get this email. I thought that was the end for me. And to be honest, even earlier this week, I was considering looking into alternatives that would get me to Japan, but by different means. In a manner of speaking, it was me being willing to settle for something less than my primary goal. And then I received this email today from my primary goal. And I'm obviously still in a bit of shock. And I know that other participants and candidates probably received the email and thought, oh, hey, cool. Yeah, no, that's cool. That's nice. I got into the jet. Yay. And just consider it whatever they want to consider it. Honestly, I've seen a lot of people treat living in another country to teach English as just an extended vacation. And I truly feel that's the wrong way to go about it, but that's just my personal opinion. Because when you're accepted into something like JET, you are not only going over there to work, you're not only going over there to teach, you're going over there as a representative of your home country. They say that we are ambassadors, and I fully believe that. And now that I know I'm going to be going over there under the JET program, I'm going to hold myself to that standard where when I speak with Japanese students, however old they may be, or their parents, or my colleagues, I want them to understand that I may not be like the Americans that they are assuming me to be. And I really just hope I do a good job. Like, I realize that this is the end of one road and the beginning of another. But my my intentions with the road to Japan was to get to this point, to basically sign off saying I did it. I made it. And now I've got audio and video describing that journey. Because I can remember episodes that I recorded and videos that I did where I spoke about the many frustrations I encountered along the way. And now I can say that it was worth it. That it wasn't in vain. That that if somebody sets their mind to something, they can accomplish anything. And more or less, that's what this video is for. It's not necessarily for me to say goodbye to my audience. It's to say to anyone that might be watching this that's feeling like they're not good enough, to watch this video and hopefully come out of it thinking that they are, that they're worth a damn. Because that's how I grew up. I grew up being raised by people that would constantly tell me I wasn't worth it, or that I wasn't going to amount to anything. And for a long time, they were right. Because I pretty much spent my 20s amounting to nothing. I found myself in a career that I hate and despise. And I get little to no enjoyment or satisfaction out of it. And I'm not necessarily saying that working under JET is going to change all that and make everything better. For all I know, it could be the same, maybe even worse. But I love helping people understand something that they didn't before. And I feel moving to another country, working with students, teaching them a foreign language, but at the same time, letting them know that they're worth a damn, and that if they work hard enough, that they'll be able to do anything that they want. That's probably what I'm most proud of in showing you guys this letter. It's really funny. I spent the whole day like fighting my emotions, and I thought I was gonna lose it on camera, and now it's just almost like a numbness. Just because I kept thinking that there was just gonna be another hurdle getting in the way. And I guess in a way there still are things that I need to do. It's not like I'm going to get on a plane tomorrow and go. But if you look behind me, which I'm banging everything around, but if you look directly behind me, you'll see a little stack of items here. I bought that set of luggage probably 4 or 5 months ago, along with the jacket that's draped over it and the book bag. And I kept those there so that I could see them anytime I was doing something on camera, like for my Twitch channel, whatever. I could always see it behind me. Or, because it's right next to my bed, which you can see over my left shoulder, I see it even when I'm lying down, when I wake up, pretty much anytime I'm home. And I bought those items strictly for traveling to Japan. I have not obviously used the luggage, as you can see. It's still brand new. I just literally took it out of the box. The jacket I tried on to make sure it fit. And the book bag I used one time, and that was for my interview with Jet when I went down to Chicago. And now it's just a relief to know that those aren't a waste. But now, probably over the next few days, my feelings are going to change from numbness to joy to fear to anxiety, because now the clock is ticking. Because now I know relatively when I'm going to be leaving, which will be the end of July. And it's May 3rd, so that gives me just under 3 months to figure out what I'm going to do with all this. Because now I have to uproot myself and leave my home and start a new life somewhere else. And that's going to keep me busy for a while. But there was a lot of planning I've been doing over the years. So it's not like this is blindsiding me or anything like that. But even still, I have a lot of work to do. As you guys see in the email, there's still a lot of documents I got to get filled out, and I have until pretty much a month from tomorrow to get those done and sent. So yeah, next week and the week after is going to be real busy. But like I said, I was prepared. So I've already got a set of a packet of applicant sheets to do my fingerprints. I bought a fingerprint pad to do that with. So I mean, I was already planning on starting that process, because I asked the guy that wrote the email. He's kind of been my guide, I guess, or he's the one that I was assigned to work with. And as an alternate, you're kind of left in this limbo state, so you don't really know what to do. I obviously sent the appropriate forms that applied to alternates, but I said, well, depending on if and when I get upgraded, which is what this is now, is there anything I should try and do ahead of time? And he said, try and get that FBI background check done and ready, because that'll be what takes the longest. So yeah, basically tomorrow now I'm gonna get that going, set up my appointment for completing my certificate of health. I don't know anything about that IRS form. And then I've just got to go through my stuff and figure out what I'm going to take and what I'm going to give away or sell or whatever. I've already got someone locked down to buy my computer. So, it was literally just a matter of figuring out when I was going to be leaving, and then making the arrangements to obviously transport it, and the exchange of money and all that. And I mean,